Hey everybody, this is Dave Blair, and I'm coming to you again with my Skip Barber series. This is going to be week 5 of season 4 of 2019, and I'm only doing one series, which is the Skip Barber, because of the new tire model and the new damage model. I'm running in VR, so I'm trying to cover the race, or the season, the one season that I'm doing. With replays because people say they don't like to watch the VR. So anyway, that's kind of a little bit of what's going on here. But we're week 5 at Alton Park, Foster's, and I'm starting in 13th place this week. This was a really good race that I really screwed up. But I'll cover that when we get there. So we're going to have a little accident up here in turn 1, of course. A lot of damage. Parts flying everywhere. But I made it through unscathed, and I picked up a few spots. But again, I'm in position 13 at the start, and I just picked up a whole bunch right there. I really like Alton Park. I wish we were doing the full layout, but I understand with these cars why you'd want to keep it short. These are good cars for a short track, but I do like the full track and without the chicanes. Alright, so making a pass here. That guy did have some damage on his wing, so now the other thing I noticed too was my lap times are about 2 seconds off of the fastest. And that last corner back there and then this corner here, I know I could take faster and probably make up that 2 seconds. There's one other corner up here that I could take a little faster, but to me, I don't know, it's just not worth the risk of spinning out. So okay, after the first lap, I moved from position 13 up to 7. Yeah, so this corner right here, I could take a lot faster, but because of the unevenness, I spun out. I took a couple practice laps, and that was the corner I had the most problem with. So I was cautious through that corner. Yeah, now, like I said, this turned out to be a really good race. And basically what happened was I took all my fuel out for qualifying and I forgot to put it back in. So this was a 22 lap race and I only had fuel for 19 laps. And I could really kick myself for that. I really screwed up. But yeah, we'll just sit back and I can't remember. I think I get by this guy, but it's the next two guys that I really struggle trying to get by, and it was really hard. Yeah, I'm going with a black car this week. Last week was purple. And the week before that was orange, I think. I made a little mistake right here. Let's change the view here. Just kind of give you an overview of where everyone's at. So if that guy just got by me, I think I'm running in 8th at this point. But like I said, the guys up front were about 2 seconds per lap faster than me, which is a little frustrating, but it's okay. So right now I'm in 8th because that guy got by me. Again, I'd rather be a little more cautious. I was running like 108s, 107, 108 per lap. There's 2 more guys gone. So that'll move me up into 6th. There's another guy gone. Off to the right there, it moves me up into 5th. But again, I'd rather be cautious and not spin out because those guys that just spun out you know, while they might have been a second faster than me per lap, they've just lost all that time for crashing. So I don't know. I try to run so that I don't spin out, and I don't fully trust this car because it is pretty easy to spin out. This car's not a very fast car, but then again, the tires aren't very wide, so you really have to take that into consideration. And I know I could push them more once they get warm, but yeah, just afraid of spinning out. All right, so I'm in 5th here. And then I blow that corner. That really sucked. But I think at that point, the crew chief had come on and told me when the pit window was open. And I'm like, what do you mean pit window? And that's when it started to dawn on me I didn't have enough fuel. And then I let that guy go by because, again, I was flipping through my fuel to see how many estimated laps it said I had. All right, so yeah, now I'm in 8th, 9th, just because that one bobble. Yeah, 2 guys right behind me. But this is some good close racing, though. Oh, 2 guys went off. Hold on a minute. Yep. And that's how easy it is to end your race. Okay, so now I'm in 7th. And now these 2 guys, I'm going to chase these 2 guys for the next couple laps, but it does get interesting. Because while I could pass one of them, the other one was blocking me. And then when I could pass the other one was blocking me. I just couldn't get by these 2 guys. See, I had to run on the guy on the outside, but I had to back off. And now we got somebody else coming up behind me. And he wants to get involved here too. I was getting a little frustrated because, again, I thought I could pass these guys, but it just I couldn't get around them. Yep, very frustrating. And there I took him out. So I did talk to him after the race, and he said he had a great time running that close and didn't blame me. But I was getting a little frustrated, and yeah, I didn't slow down for him. I definitely took him out. So I'm showing you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly here. And then I was thinking, well, that was dumb because I need to stop for fuel. So again, at this point of the race, which we are on, oh, I don't remember what lap this is. Oh, lap 10. Again, in my head, I was thinking, well, maybe I can make it because it said I could do 19 and the race was 22 laps. So at this point, I'm in 6th place and I'm like, I think I can make it. I don't have to take a pit. And I was hoping that maybe the crew chief was off. But, you know, as I started thinking about it more, I was like, you know, I took that guy out. And, you know, and again, it was a little bit of frustration on my part. But I shouldn't have done that because I had to stop and take gas probably anyway. So I should have just backed off. And in my defense, he did go really slow on the inside of that corner. But yeah, I didn't, you know, thinking back on it, I didn't have to hit him. But in the moment, I don't know. I just didn't think that fast, and I didn't get hard on the brakes. So I did apologize, and he said it was all good. Yeah, so the reason I'm showing this race was because of that incident. And because of my screw up with the fuel, as you can see here, I'm in 6th place. We can go ahead and skip ahead. Lap 13, I'm still in 6th. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now remember, I didn't have enough fuel to make it. So 19, I had to go and get more fuel. I had to pit on lap 19, and I was in 6th, and I dropped all the way back to 12th. I'll just go ahead and let you guys see. So I started in 13th, finished a lap down in 12th because I had to stop and get fuel. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. But, you know, I want to show you guys, you know, basically my highlights of my season, the only one that I'm running because my shoulder hurts and, you know, I can't stay away. I have to run something, so I decided to run just this one season. But unfortunately, because of this, I decided to run one more race, and I did, and I took enough fuel, and in that race I finished 10th. But this one was by far the better race. That's why I decided to share this one and basically highlight my mistakes. Yeah, I'm looking for the guy that I spun out. Let's see. Because I talked to him afterward. I don't remember if it was this guy. No. Might have been this guy. Zachary? Yeah. Maybe? No. Oh, it was Darren Smith. This is the guy that I spun out. So he ended up finishing in 7th. But yeah, he's the guy I spun out. We talked afterward. It's all good. But anyway, I just wanted to share my week 5 Skippy race. And the one that I raced right after this, again, I came in 10th on that one. It was a pretty boring race. Basically, there were a few accidents that happened in front of me, and I had to slow down. I avoided everything. But then I was racing all by myself because the guys ahead of me were too far out of reach for me to catch. They were over 10 seconds ahead of me, and then the people behind me were 15 seconds behind me for the ones that wrecked out and didn't quit out. So that whole race was basically me running by myself. That's why I decided to highlight this one and basically show my mistakes. And, so that you guys know I'm not trying to hide anything. This is the way it happened. And, these things happen. Again, it sucks that I didn't put enough fuel in there. It sucks that I took that guy out when I didn't have to. Yeah. Anyway, that was my race, and thanks for watching.